Alright, beautiful people. Top of the day, top of the day. Happy Saturday. Let's wobble, let's wobble. All right, beautiful people. Happy Saturday, happy Saturday. It is August the 29th, 2020. Day 238. Day 601 of the 2-year consecutive day count. 601, y'all. The number just keeps growing day by day. And of course it would. Why wouldn't it? I'm not sure this. Why did I keep popping down? Oh, okay. All right, y'all. So today we're reading two, but not reading two whole books. Well, we're reading one whole book. We're reading Haggai because it's only 2 chapters. So Haggai chapter 1 and 2, and then we're going to start in the book of Zechariah. So we're going to do Haggai 1 and 2 and Zechariah chapter 1. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's have a quick moment of silence for the Black Panther. Wakanda forever. All right, people. Haggai chapter 1. On August 29th of the 2nd year of King Darius' reign, Yahuwah gave a message through the prophet Haggai to Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Jeshua, the son of Jehozadak, the high priest. This is what Yahuwah, the God of heaven's army, says. The people are saying, the time has not yet come to rebuild the house of Yahuwah. Then Yahuwah sent this message through the prophet Haggai. Why are you living in luxurious houses while my house lies in ruins? This is what Yahuwah, the God of heaven army, says. Look at what's happening to you. You have planted much, but harvest little. You eat, but are not satisfied. You drink, but are still thirsty. You put on clothes, but cannot keep warm. Your wages disappear as though you were putting them in pockets filled with holes. This is what Yahuwah, the God of heaven's army, says. Look what's happening to you. Now go up into the hills, bring down timber, and rebuild my house. Then I will take pleasure in it and be honored, says Yahuwah. You hoped for rich harvests, but they were poor. And when you brought your harvest home, I blew it away. Why? Because my house lies in ruins, says Yahuwah, the God of heaven's armies, while all of you are busy building your own fine houses. It's because of you that the heavens withhold the dew and the earth produces no crops. Wow. It is because of you that the heavens withhold the dew and the earth produces no crops. I have called for a drought on your fields and hills, a drought to wither the grain and grapes and olive trees and all your other crops, a drought to starve you and your livestock and to ruin everything that you work so hard to get. Obedience to Yahuwah's call. Then Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, the son of Jehozadak, the high priest, and the whole remnant of Yahuwah's people began to obey the message from Yahuwah, their God. When they heard the words of the prophet Haggai, whom Yahuwah, their God, had sent, the people feared Yahuwah. Then Haggai, Yahuwah's messenger, gave the people this message from him. I am with you, says Yahuwah. So Yahuwah sparked the enthusiasm of Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and the enthusiasm of Jeshua, son of Jehozadak, the high priest, and the enthusiasm of the whole remnant of Yahuwah's people. They began to work on the house of their God, Yahuwah, the God of heaven's armies, on September 21st of the 2nd year of King Darius' reign. Haggai chapter 2. The new temple's diminished splendor. Then on October the 17th of that same year, Yahuwah sent another message through the prophet Haggai. Say to this Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Jeshua, son of Jehozadak, the high priest, and to the remnant of my people there in the land. Does anyone remember this house, this temple, in its former splendor? How, in comparison, does it look to you now? It must seem like nothing at all. But now Yahuwah says, be strong, Zerubbabel. Be strong, Jeshua, the son of Jehozadak, the high priest. Be strong, all of you people still left in the land. And now get to work, for I am with you, says Yahuwah, the God of heaven's armies. My spirit remains among you, just as I promised when you came out of Egypt, so don't be afraid. I'm going to read that again. My spirit remains among you, just as I promised when you came out of Egypt, so don't be afraid. Tiffany said, I love your comment. Oh, girl, I was reading that wrong. Thank you. I thought you said I love your comment. I'm like, my comment? What? I ain't made no comment yet. I ain't go off on a rabbit trail. Oh, you said commitment. Thanks, Tiffany. Some days it's hard. I cannot lie, because sometimes I don't want to let the bed loose. But I've been in the habit of doing it. So I'm like, seriously though, even though I don't want to let the bed loose, like even on the days that we rest, I find myself getting up. I literally have to make myself like not get up. It feels like I'm doing something wrong when I don't get up. Like that's how it's like. It's like an unstoppable thing that I've started inside of me. It's not weird, but you know, if you get up early, you know. But yeah. So some days, like I do, like last week when we rested, I came down here, started the video, but it didn't go that long. I was only on for maybe like 3 minutes before I realized, oh snap, I'm supposed to be resting. I think 2 people had come in already. I was like, we ain't supposed to be here today. Goodbye. And I cut it off, like seriously. So, but yeah. All right. For this is what Yahuwah, the God of heaven's army, says. In just a little while, I will again shake the heavens and the earth, the oceans and the dry land. I will shake all the nations, and the treasures of all the nations will be brought to this temple. I will fill this place with glory, says Yahuwah, the God of heaven's armies. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, says Yahuwah. The future glory of this temple will be greater than its past glory, says Yahuwah. And in this place I will bring peace. I, Yahuwah, the God of heaven's armies, have spoken. Blessings for promised obedience. On December 18th of the 2nd year of King Darius' reign, Yahuwah sent this message to the prophet Haggai. This is what Yahuwah says. Ask the priest this question about the law. If one of you is carrying some meat from a holy sacrifice in his robes, and his robe happens to brush against some bread or stew, wine or oil or any kind of food, will it also become holy? Y'all remember that from the law? What's the answer? Yes or no? Will it become holy? The priest replied, no. Then Haggai asked, if someone becomes ceremonially unclean by touching a dead person and then touches any of these foods, will the food be defiled? Y'all remember that? These are like very specific questions that we read about. Like Yahuwah talks about these things. Like, y'all should know this. Will the food become defiled if you touch a dead body? A ceremonially clean priest, if he touches a dead body and becomes ceremonially unclean, if he then goes and touches food that has been set apart as holy, does the food become defiled? Answer. The priest answered yes. And then Haggai responded, this is how it is with the people and this nation, says Yahuwah. Everything they do and everything they offer is defiled by their sin. Look at what is happening to you before you began to lay the foundations of Yahuwah's temple. When you hoped for a 20 bushel crop, you only harvested 10. When you expected to draw 50 gallons from the winepress, you only found 20. I sent blight and mildew and hail to destroy everything you worked so hard to produce. Even so, you refused to return to me. Remember, Yahuwah ruling in the kingdom and everything that happened. He said, I'm the one that sent the blight. I'm going to read that again. I said, and why? So we could think, why is this happening? Let us consider our ways. Have we done something wrong? Have we gotten out of sync, out of step with y'all? What did we do? Because this should not be happening. Like, what's going on now? Like, some of this stuff should not be happening. What do we do? America, Yahuwah's people, need to repent. Okay. I sent blight and mildew and hail to destroy everything you worked so hard to produce. Even so, you refuse to return to me, says Yahuwah. Think about this 18th day of December, the day when the foundation of Yahuwah's temple was laid. Think carefully. I am giving you a promise now while the seed is still in the barn. You have not yet harvested your grain, and your grapevines, fig trees, pomegranates, and olive trees have not yet produced their crops. But from this day onward, I will bless you. Hey, doesn't it put it in a different light? Yes. Like, seriously. On that same day, December 18th, Yahuwah sent the second message to Haggai. Tell Zerubbabel, the governor of Judah, that I am about to shake the heavens and the earth. I will overthrow royal thrones and destroy the power of foreign kingdoms. I will overturn their chariots and riders. The horses will fall and their riders will kill each other. But when this happens, says Yahuwah, I will honor you, Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, my servant. I will make you like a signet ring upon my finger, says Yahuwah, for I have chosen you. I, Yahuwah, the God of heaven's armies, have spoken. And that's the end of Haggai. Only 2 short chapters. Yeah, I know, right? Like I'm like, Father, what? I'm looking at my garden. I'm like, what is going on? I was like, is it sin in my house? Is it sin in me? But then I noticed it's like happening everywhere. Some of the same stuff that I'm seeing happening. I don't know. But I also think about when the plagues started to come before Yahuwah led the people out of Egypt, that the first 3 plagues everybody experienced, Egyptians and Israelites alike. So I'm wondering if it's that type of thing, because I like daily, I'm like, Father, I said, okay, I got this is growing beautifully, I got no problems with this. I said, but these, I said, now I could have done something wrong. I started going through them, and I did use different soil that I did last year. The other ones I planted directly into the ground. These I put in garden beds, they're kind of above ground. So I'm going through all those things and what I did different this year that I probably should not have done. Although I used raised garden beds, I should have still, because what I did, I used the garden beds and I put the dirt that I bought into the garden beds on top of the ground. And on top of the ground that I put the dirt on top on, I didn't till. I just left it like it was, and it just put it there. But I figured, maybe, because if I can take the same dirt out this bag and put it in a pot and put something in here, it will begin to sprout. But I also noticed that, at least from my experience this year, that even some stuff that I put in pots this year, although you got the seedlings, but I want to transplant it, it died. So I don't know if it was the shock of the transplanting or the actual putting it in a garden bed where I still didn't put it directly into the ground. I didn't till that soil under the dirt that I put in. So all these things going, I was like, okay, this is probably my fault this year. Because something like Leisha, my sister, she put her stuff directly in the ground. Like, it looked like Yahuwah himself came and sprinkled her garden. She got zucchinis that look like the size of newborn babies. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? What is wrong with my garden? But, so you got to go through and consider things. Consider your ways. Consider what you have done differently. What has changed that caused the growth to stop? Things like that, So, all right, y'all, last chapter for today. Zechariah, chapter 1. All right, yeah, I love Zechariah. A call to return to Yahuwah. In November of the 2nd year of King Darius' reign, Yahuwah gave this message to the prophet Zechariah, the son of Berechiah, the grandson of Iddo. Now, let me tell you something. I have been on a hunt for the book of Iddo. I cannot find it. There is this one book. It looked like it was written by somebody else, and the writing is too recent, and it just doesn't have the feel of how the prophet spoke. And I'm like, this is garbage. Like, whoever wrote this, he needs a firm talking to, because this is not like, I could feel it in my spirit that it wasn't the true book of Iddo. Like, I'm like, what is this garbage? Like, it was graphic. I'm like, graphic, like seriously, when I say graphic, like pornographic, I'm like, what is it? This cannot, I say, no, Iddo was a prophet of Yah, and no, because there's a certain way that prophets of Yah talk. There's a certain way that they move. It's a certain way that they tell the story of what's going on. That clearly was not that book. And what was funny was I started looking up some of the reviews on it. I'm like, wait, man, am I tripping? Was it this bad then? And what was going on? But it was a lot of people that said, this is blasphemy. What is this garbage? And I was hollering, laughing at some of the comments because I could clearly tell. I was like, somebody in a nasty dark basement wrote this garbage. Girl, me too. I'm starting to think we already have it, but by a different name. It's possible, Tiffany. It's possible. It's possible. But I don't know. I just been like a few months ago, I spent like a solid week researching, and I'm like, where is this book? I said, could it have been one of the ones that was like completely burned up and haven't been restored, or is this one of the ones that's locked in the vault of the Vatican that they ain't releasing to people, right? So but I don't know. I'm like, Father, when you want me to have it, I get it. I said, but this right here, this ain't it. This I was like, oh, this needs to be taken off of Amazon. Like, it was on Amazon too. I was like, this disgusting filth needs to be taken off of Amazon and this person. They don't need to sell nothing else. But yeah, that was, I don't know. Maybe they. And I'm like, okay, let me go read this title. Maybe, but even the title is deceptive. And I read the back of it, the quick synopsis of it. And it was like, oh, the prophet from the, it's the grandson of, this and that. I'm like, okay, yeah, so this might be it. Oh, thank you, Father. Then I started reading. I'm like, what is this filth? I don't know if they was trying to draw in Bible believing people to corrupt their minds with that garbage, but out of that piece of crap need to be set on fire, never again to be revived, and the ashes need to be strewn out to the sea or something like that. That book is disgusting. It really is. Like, don't even go. I don't know. Just don't look at it. If you see it on here's what you do. If you think you done found it, go read the comments, the reviews and stuff. If you start seeing people going off in the comments, that's that book I'm talking about. Stay away from it. Don't buy it. Don't waste your money on it. Like, I paid like $3 for it, and it was a really quick read. I'm like, this is disgusting. Like, I felt filthy after I read it. Like, seriously, like, I need a shower. I'm like, oh, this. And I went through it because I was like, okay, maybe he's telling like something that he saw with him. No, it's completely. Okay, y'all get my point. It's completely disgusting. Just read. If you think you found it, go read the comment section or the review section on it, and the reviews will tell you if you have indeed found the real book. But what they got up there now is not it. Okay. All right, I digress. In November, Zechariah chapter 1, last chapter for today. In November of the second year of King Darius' reign, Yahuwah gave this message to the prophet Zechariah, son of Berechiah, and grandson of Iddo. I, Yahuwah, was very angry with your ancestors. Therefore, say to the people, this is what Yahuwah, the God of heaven's army, says. Return to me, and I will return to you, says Yahuwah. Don't be like your ancestors who would not listen or pay attention when the earlier prophets said to them, this is what Yahuwah, the God of heaven's army, says. Turn from your evil ways and stop all of your evil practices. But where are your ancestors now? They and the prophets are long dead. But everything I said through my servants, the prophets, happened to your ancestors, just as I said. As a result, they repented and said, we have received what we deserve from Yahuwah. He has done what he said he would do. A man among the myrtle trees. 3 months later, on February the 15th, Yahuwah sent another message to the prophet Zechariah, son of Berechiah, and grandson of Iddo. In a vision during the night, I saw a man sitting on a red horse that was standing among some myrtle trees in a small valley. Behind him were riders on red, brown, and white horses. I asked the man who was talking to me, my Lord, what do these horses mean? I will show you, the angel replied. The rider standing among the myrtle trees then explained, they are the ones Yahuwah has sent out to patrol the earth. Then the other riders reported to the angel of Yahuwah, who was standing among the myrtle trees, we have been patrolling the earth, and the whole earth is at peace. Now pay attention to this. And when they say the whole earth is at peace, it's not, and you will see You will see as I continue to read, but I just want to get you to thinking before I get into it. They're not talking like, oh, everything is cool, everybody at peace. No, what they're talking about is these people who are at peace, they have gotten fat and rich off of your people. They have taken everything from them. They have destroyed them, and now they sitting back like, oh, all is good, and like what they have done to Israel is not going to be dealt with. He said, oh, the whole world is sitting at peace. They don't even know what's about to come to them because of what they've done to your people, y'all. Listen. The writer standing among the myrtle trees then explained, they are the ones Yahuwah has sent out to patrol the earth. Then the other writers reported to the angel of Yahuwah, who was standing among the myrtle trees, we have been patrolling the earth, and the whole earth is at peace. Upon hearing this, the angel of Yahuwah prayed this prayer, O Yahuwah, the God of heaven's armies, for 70 years now you have been angry with Jerusalem and the towns of Judah. How long until you show mercy to them again? And Yahuwah spoke kind and comforting words to the angel who talked with me. Then the angel said to me, shout this message for all to hear. This is what Yahuwah, the God of heaven's army, says. My love for Jerusalem and Mount Zion is passionate and strong, but I am very angry with the other nations that are now enjoying peace and security. I was only a little angry with my people, but the nations inflicted harm on them far beyond my intentions. Remember how I always tell you, although Yahuwah sent us into captivity, even some of the things that we've seen done in slavery, they were only supposed to have taken us and put us to hard labor. But on top of that hard labor, they did despicable things and are still doing despicable things to the sons and daughters of Jacob. Like they raped us, they murdered us, they whipped us, all these things. Y'all know the story. Y'all know what they did to us. The entire world knows what they have done to the sons and daughters of Jacob, but they're enjoying peace off of our backs. They are enjoying good times, peace and safety after they've destroyed Yahuwah's holy people, right? Let me read that again, but I get my blood stopped. Well, listen, verse 14. Then the angel said to me, even not just that, but even I like the term medical apartheid, things that they've changed our diets and they're killing us through the foods that they put to us, and a lot of times they put us in such a position where most of our people, a good portion of our people, don't even have the means, the financial means to actually begin to live a better life, to purchase the food that is actually that will sustain life, that will give you life, because they put liquor stores in our neighborhood, and you got convenience stores and stores that sell all this junk. They make it, even if they give you support from the government, they make it available to buy a whole bunch of junk food and stuff, and all this crazy stuff. They make the food that kills you cheapest to get. And so when people are trying to stretch pennies, look, we need to get oodles and noodles, we need to get this and this, but all this stuff is killing our bodies, and then when our bodies get sick, they go and they give us medicine that further destroys us. Medical apartheid, that's all a process, so I mean, all of this stuff Yahuwah is talking about. Verse 14, then the angel said to me, shout this message for all to hear. This is what Yahuwah, the God of heaven's army, says. My love for Jerusalem and Mount Zion is passionate and strong, but I am very angry with the other nations that are now enjoying peace and security. I was only a little angry with my people, but the nations inflicted harm on them far beyond my intentions. Therefore, this is what Yahuwah says. I have returned to show mercy to Jerusalem. My temple will be rebuilt, says Yahuwah, the God of heaven's armies, and measurements will be taken for the reconstruction of Jerusalem. Say this also. This is what Yahuwah, the God of heaven's army, says. The towns of Israel will again overflow with prosperity, and Yahuwah again will comfort Zion and choose Jerusalem as his own. Like, we're in the process, we're seeing this now. He has chosen us again. Sons and daughters of Jacob are still dying, but we must wake up and return to Yahuwah. He says, wake up, because while he's dealing with the other nations, he said, I'm also going to deal with you, Israel, sons and daughters of Jacob, face to face. I myself am going to deal with you. Turn from your wicked ways. Turn from all your other gods and idols and come back to me only. I'll read it again. Say this also. This is what Yahuwah, the God of heaven's army, says. The towns of Israel will again overflow with prosperity, and Yahuwah again will comfort Zion and choose Jerusalem as his own. 4 horns and 4 blacksmiths. Then I looked up and saw 4 animal horns. What are these? I asked the angel who was talking with me. He replied, these horns represent the nations that scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. Then Yahuwah showed me 4 blacksmiths. In other versions, it says 4 carpenters, right? We know the four, what is this? The 4 horns, 4 animal horns. We know that has already happened, but now we're about to see the 4 blacksmiths or the 4 carpenters come on the scene. Like it's in the process of happening, right? Then Yahuwah showed me 4 blacksmiths. What are these men coming to do? I asked. The angel replied, these 4 horns, these nations scattered and humbled Judah. Yes, we're scattered now. They've humbled us, like they've done all manner of everything to us. It says, now these blacksmiths have come to terrify those nations and throw them down and destroy them. Meaning the 4 blacksmiths are coming to terrify the 4 horns that scattered us. So they're going to get it. Everything that they've done to us, because they won't let Jacob go again, keeping us within the borders, Judah, the sons and daughters of Jacob, we're scattered everywhere, but particularly here in America. These 4 horns, these nations scattered and humbled Judah. Now these blacksmiths or these carpenters have come to terrify those nations who have scattered and humbled Judah and throw them down and destroy them. They in trouble. And that, my beautiful people, is our reading for today. That was Haggai chapter 1 and 2 and Zechariah chapter 1. It is day 238 of the 2-year consecutive count, day 601. It is Saturday, August the 29th, 2020. All right, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the blessing. We close it out every day with the blessing. Found in Numbers chapter 6, verses 22 through 27. I don't know why I keep doing that. That keeps popping it back up. That must have been an update that changed or something. Okay. Every time I hit enter, you know how it takes you to it, but it don't. It just brings a drop down list back down. Okay. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, may Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon us and give us his peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. All right, beautiful people. I love you, and I see you bright and early in the morning, 7:30, Saturday and Sunday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.